As I was running towards this little bunker, I realized that there were many people in front of us, and there was somebody already 20 feet in front of us. So me and another member of our team, we go and start pinning him down. I started getting a really bad feeling about this because a couple games before I got hit square in the back of the ear and my ear started ringing, and it was the same exact bunker, and that hole was making me super nervous. So in a bit I moved to another spot. I couldn't see over what was in front of me, so I had to rely on my teammates that were all the way at the bottom of the hill to tell me where they were. Once I realized that I wasn't really helping my team, I moved more to the right to help out some of my teammates that were taking heavy fire. Once I took a couple shots, I immediately started getting lit up, so that finalized my decision to move. So right here, these girls weren't very experienced, so they didn't really know what to do. But whenever a body part is sticking out, that's an easy target, especially the rear end. So I try to make sure that that didn't happen to them, especially since this was their first time. So at this point, I was helping them move over to the bunker on the left, and I tried to make sure that they kept their heads down so they wouldn't get hit like I did the other day. Just a quick tip, guys. Whenever you're playing in a field like this, like you see on the right, it was a little bit of a ramp. Do not go up those because you will get hit in the head once you peek. And the only way you can peek is to stand straight up. So I do not recommend that. And I know it may seem fun, but it's not fun getting hit, so... Almost instantaneously after I started shouting out calls, we were getting heavy fire from an enemy who has pushed farther than the 50-yard line, and he was taking out some of our players. So there was only about 3 of us left, and our bodies were dropping fast. So I immediately just started trying to keep his head down and just try to keep the pressure up. Right here, I got a bit annoyed because there was a couple of our teammates that were literally almost 20 feet in front of the dude, and he could have just stood up and tried to surrender him, but they kept shooting the other way. So at this point, I took the matters into my own hands and just tried shooting him.
He's still on the right. What? I'm trying. Get out, you're good. Get out, raise your hand. Where's he at?
right here, we just lost one of our final men, and we actually lost two of them at the same time. The boy all the way on the right got lit up square in the back, and I watched the entire thing. So at this point, I was the only one left.
Got eyes on him! Bailey's the last one! Last one, Bailey! 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 Where is he? Bailey, where is he? Bailey! Bailey, was that your second hit? Okay, respawn, respawn. Go right there. No, go right here. This plat right here. This plat right here. This right here. Wait till he peeks.
I didn't realize that Bailey was the last person left on my team, except for me, of course. And he got hit square in the hand, so I was the actual last person left.
Bailey, is he out?
I realized that I was getting heavy fire from almost every direction, and I didn't know until later that there were 4 people left on the opposite team. The person on the right of me had a trigger finger, so that kept me down, and I finally decided to surrender because I couldn't take this much pressure anymore, and I didn't want to get hit that day. Thank you guys for watching this video. I will leave all of my equipment in the description, so make sure to check that out.